This is our host, and she is 4-star, right?
Yeah.
She's got 5 diving coaches, actually, which is amazing. So she's So we want to follow this girl to kind of learn and see what she's doing. But we want to remind you guys our purpose and our mission is to help people, come on in, to achieve their goals and live a healthy, more fulfilling lifestyle. So what we're going to do is we're going to share some success stories. We have just a few. We're going to start off with Ashley Medina and Junior. You guys, they're from Salt Lake City. They're going to share a little bit of their story. Junior's the one that, if you were listening to our team call last week, he's the one that spoke on the team call, just so you can kind of put a name to the face. But he's going to share, and then after that we're going to have, who was second?
Me.
Jenna Cleaner. And then after that we have the baby. Oh. Here we have Brianna Bateman, and then we're going to have Megan. We'll let you guys come up. Both of you come up first, Junior and Ashley.
All right. Exciting.
All right. So, first of all, I was making fun of you had to present on the team call, and Scott called us later that night. I thought he was commenting how cool he was and how great he did. And he probably did. Anyways, and then he handed the one to me. He was like, "Chris, Scott wants to talk to you." And I thought he was going to tell me how great Junior was, and instead he asked me if I would share my story. So that'll be teammate to have Junior for talking. Anyways, but I had to write all my stuff down because I know that once I get up here, I forget everything, and then my cool story turns into like a 30-second nothing. So, anyways, just to kind of introduce us a little bit. Junior and I, Scottie said, we're from Salt Lake, and we've got 2 girls. We have Stella, who's 3, and then Giselle, who's here with us. She's 5 months. And we've been doing Beachbody for about 2.5 months, and we've loved it so far. So, anyways, we were introduced to Beachbody through Scottie, and we were good friends with him and Gabby, and he was just starting out his new opportunity. This was 2 years ago. And he was super excited about it, of course, and so he came to us and told us about it. And we weren't quite as excited as he was about it at the time. We thought it was way too expensive, and that's something that we couldn't do. We didn't have the energy to do it. We didn't have time to do it. We had lots of excuses as to why we couldn't do it. But he continued to call us and to follow up with us, and we just kept making excuses about it. Anyways, he kind of stopped calling us, so we kind of lost touch with him for just a little bit. And I kept seeing him and Gabby posting things on Facebook, and they were always so positive and talking about health and talking about fitness and progressing. And here I was at home, I was overweight, and I was unhappy with my body, and I didn't have the energy to look at all these positive things and to see all this exciting stuff, because that wasn't me. And so anyways, I just kind of skipped over and went to my next little post about whatever. Anyways, so that's kind of how we were introduced. So basically, most of my life I've been fairly fit. I like to run. I don't run marathons or anything, but I always exercised, and when we got married, we continued to exercise together, and then I had my first baby, and I stopped exercising. And then I was breastfeeding, so I used that as my excuse that I can't exercise because I'm breastfeeding, and then when I stopped, I didn't have an excuse anymore, so I made other excuses that, well, I can't exercise because I'm just too tired, and I'm too busy, I've got this little baby, and I don't have time, and I used that excuse for about 2.5 years, and then I decided that enough is enough. So I started last January, I decided I was going to start running again. So I started running, and I signed up for a 5K so that I would have some motivation to actually do it. Anyways, and I was super excited, so I started training, and I trained for 4 months, and I lost 5 pounds. And I'm so excited to finally be losing some weight because I had just been unhappy with myself. So I ran the 5K, and I was really excited for the first one, and I loved it so much that I signed up for a second one a month later, and I made Junior do it with me. And so we were both able to train a little bit, and I was just so much more motivated. And then I got pregnant, which was awesome. We were excited to be pregnant, but that kind of ended my weight loss journey. So, anyways, I'm gonna let Junior tell about his experience working out and what he kind of.
Yeah, well, like to say that we always were like early fit. We always like work out and everything. But when we had our first baby, for some reason we started growing. And we were like, okay, but I run every night 2-3 miles, right? Every night, because I was like, okay, I'm gonna lose this weight. This is not healthy, so we need to be better. So exercise every day. You do what you can, walk, but still, instead of losing weight, I was like gaining weight. So that was something running there. I didn't know what it was until then we were introduced by Scottie about this program, working out. But I noticed that it's not only working out, also it has some nutritional things that you need to follow. And in fact, we start doing the workout and exercising only half hour, 30 minutes, that's what we do. And we love combat, that's exactly. This is what we do. Only 30, 40 minutes, the workout, and with a good nutrition and everything. And by the 7th week, I lost 20 pounds, only doing that 25 minutes workout, but with the help of course, psychology and the nutritional fat that we have.
Yeah, and that was another great thing for, is I lost 10 pounds in 2 months, so I doubled my weight loss in half the time from what I had done before. So, and I really think it's Shakeology. I love Shakeology, it's my favorite.
She doesn't do the diet part because of the nutrition part, because she's breastfeeding and everything, so it still works.
Yeah, so I still just try to eat healthy, but I can't limit my calories quite as much. So even that was even more exciting, that even though I'm not on a super low calorie diet, I can still lose weight. But so kind of about our work situation, before I got pregnant, I had just quit a job. I was working from home doing data entry, and it just wasn't working out for me. So I quit that job, and that was in March, and I was hoping to get a new job by the end of the summer. And so we had enough savings to get us through to like August, September. And my job ended up not working out for me. So we were kind of stuck, and we were running out of money, and we weren't sure what we were going to do. So towards the end of the year, Junior got a second job, which I'll tell you about.
It was more than a second job. It was like, I like to work. Like, we gotta do what we gotta do, right? Because when you have a family, you have kids, a wife, you need to do it. So then I have my regular job, it's an accounting, that's what I do for work, a full-time job as an accounting. Then I get the second job, part-time, as now just folding clothes and making some money.
So we get a good discount on clothes.
Yeah. And then we have a small business that is like chocolate fountains, things for corporations and weddings and everything. And what else? Oh, and I do taxes for drivers, for trucking companies and everything. So there is 4 jobs in there, plus being a father to kids. And you do hair at home. What else do you do? You babysit. Yeah, you do be fun. So between us, it's about like 7 jobs, you know. Because we need to make it somehow. We need to pay the bills, you know. We have medical bills to pay. We have mortgage. We have everything that everybody does. So we have to make it somehow. Then the opportunity came.
So, anyways, so like at this time with 7 jobs, I was feeling hopeless, and I was feeling helpless. I felt like I was a victim, that there was nothing I could do, that we were stuck in the situation, and that we were going to be here forever. And there was no hope, that we were never going to be able to move forward in life. And for me, that was a scary feeling, because I never really felt that before. I felt like we'd always been, we'd always had enough, but at this point in time, I felt like I didn't know where we were going, what was going to happen next. So I was working at a daycare so that I could still take care of my little girl, Estella. And I quit the daycare just before I had to sell, and I started babysitting at my house. And we were still living paycheck to paycheck and just barely making it. And then one day I was on Facebook, and I happened to read one of Scottie's posts. Again, back to Scottie. And he was so positive, and he was excited, and he talked about paying off his house. And he also posted the little thing about his income, which that was super motivating to us. And so I called Junior at work, and I told him, I'm like, hey, you have to check out this post. So. And
she called me, and I was like, just busy working. Okay, I just need to make money. And then she told me, hey, have you checked Scott lately? And I said, I don't have time to hop in Facebook. So I just keep working, and she was like, well, you have to go, and you have to check it out. And I just, okay, I can't, because you can do it from work. So I'm like, I'm just going to call Scott. And I called him. I didn't even read anything. Because, I don't know, for those who were in Summit, remember that they were talking about being a teacher and being a preacher? I'm a preacher. You tell me what to do, and I jump and do it. Like when I call Scott and he say, hey, help me. I'm overweight, I need some money, what should I do? First thing, what? Sign as a coach. Okay, I'll do it. So I just don't need to know what is in all this. Different than Ashley, she is a teacher. She needs to know benefits, rules,
I do
regulations,
research, I don't know everything.
and research and Googles and asking questions and all these things. I didn't do that. I just jump in and here we are. It's been one of the best decisions ever made.
So yes, we did. We talked to Scottie. He actually came home when we talked about it. So we did talk a little bit. He talked to the next morning, and then we signed up that day. But and signing up for us was really expensive. It was something we couldn't afford. We were already living paycheck to paycheck, and that was a lot of money for us. But we also knew that not signing up was going to be even more costly to us because it was our health and it's our family and just everything that it was so important to us. And the cool thing is that after signing up, we actually made all of our money back, and then some was in the first month. So. At this point in time, we were ready to commit, we were ready to succeed, and we were ready to make a difference. And it's funny because my mom had always told me that timing is everything, and that's something that I truly believe that. I think for us in our situation, I think 2 years ago when Scottie talked to us, it wasn't our time. We weren't, I don't know, we just felt like we were doing okay in life and everything was great. And I feel like we had to kind of hit the bottom and, I don't know, something just to wake us up and to help us realize that we need to do something about our health and about our situation. And I think we needed that struggle. And I think that's also going to help us as coaches to understand people better and understand their situations and to be able to know what people are going through. And also, if somebody's not ready right now, that's okay. Because after all, it took us 2 years to sign up. So not everybody's today. Hopefully it doesn't take 2 years. But anyway, so in the 2 short months that we've been with Beachbody, it's changed both of us so much. It's changed not only our physical appearances, but also it's helped us mentally. And we've never been real big on setting goals. I feel like we kind of just floated through life, and we always hoped things would happen, and it was just kind of whatever happened, happened. And we always wanted to move into a house. Right now we live in a 2-bedroom townhouse, which we're kind of outgrowing with 2 kids. And we wanted to move into a house, but we didn't know when, and we didn't know how we were going to do it. And we wanted to lose weight, but we didn't know how, and we didn't know when we were going to do it. And we would try, and we would eat better for a couple of days, and then we would eat our junk food, and then eat better, and it was just kind of a up and down. So now we have goals, we have dreams, and we are going to pay off our debt that we have. We're going to save our money, we're going to move into a house next summer, at the end of next summer. We're super excited about that, and we have dreams, and we're going somewhere, and we have a way to get there, and it's awesome. We love it. It's so exciting for us. And I've also realized that you can't get something for nothing. I think that for so long I would sit on my couch just thinking of all these ideas of how am I going to lose weight, and how are we going to get into a house, and how can we do this if we can barely pay our mortgage now? And now I know that I need to take action. That I can't just sit and think about it and dream about it. We need to actually do something, and we need to dream big and work hard. And I realized that anything worth having takes work. It takes hard work. And I know that success takes hard work. I know that having a nice body takes hard work, and things aren't just going to fall into our lap. And I think that I never truly realized that I didn't get this before. Because in my mind, when I'm sitting on my couch thinking about all these things we were going to have, I thought I was working hard. I thought I was doing it. It's actually you have to take action and do it. And then Junior's going to tell how Beachbody's helped him or changed him.
Yeah, it's been life-changing in every way. Of course, yeah, money's a plus and everything. But the fact that we are like setting goals, we never had that before. We have like a regular, typical goal. I'm going to lose weight January 1st, and I'm going to start working out, and it's going to be better. That's the normal, average, everybody's, goal. And say, I'm going to start. So you see the gym pack from the 1st to the 16th, the 17th, start people decreasing. So I never set goals because I have fear, because I knew I was going to quit. So I don't want to have that feeling and say, oh no, I didn't want to be accountable for what I want. Then now with this Beachbody, we are being educated that we need to be responsible for what we do. And then now I can say, yes, I'm going to lose, this is my goal. For my challenge, the challenge that we're doing, my goal was like 20 pounds in 90 days. And I did it in 60 days. So I know that setting goals, it pushes me, it helps me, and we'll be doing fine. So just keep doing what you're doing. Thank you for being here, and thank you guys.
So this all came about because I made the mistake of stopping and talking to Scottie on the first day of Sunday. Not really, but you know how it is like when you approach Scottie, right? And I think someone put something on your wall, and it was like that face you get when Scottie asks you what your goals are, and you don't know what they are, you know, and it's like, oh crap, or whatever. And that's Scottie, like every time you run in, he's like, hey, how you doing? So what are your goals? And you just stare at him, and you're like, you know. But he always is inspiring people to dream bigger, and so he's like, you know, I think you should speak on Saturday. And I was like, absolutely not gonna happen. Not gonna happen, like I just can't do that, and whatever. So, thanks, but no thanks, and I'll talk to you later. And, but then, like, so I'm a big fat crybaby, but I was not planning on doing this here. So summits, the whole point of that was to dream big, and I had not had a big dream in my life. I've never dreamed big for myself, and Scottie asking me to do that, you know, I was like, why not? I love the motivational memes, and there's the one like, this is your comfort zone, right? And this is where the magic happens. You gotta leave your comfort zone to make that magic happen. And I've been living in my comfort zone, wondering why the magic wasn't happening for me. We talked forever about, you gotta know your why. You gotta know your why, you gotta know your why, and I couldn't find my why forever. And so I thought to myself, Scottie wants me to get up there and talk about my why I'm doing this, and I work great under pressure. So I was like, this is big pressure. I gotta figure out my why by Saturday. Step outside my comfort zone. I told Scottie, I'm like, you know what, I'll do it. I have no idea what I'm gonna say, and I still kind of don't. But I just, getting up here and having to tell people why I'm doing this will make it more real for me. So my story, basically, I didn't have a great childhood, but that's fine. A lot of people don't. I have a great husband who pulled me through a lot of stuff I was going through, but I just had a very low self-worth, I guess. And I didn't realize it for a long time, but my whole life it had been about goals, like doing well at school. You know, you work harder at school, you get that A. You work harder at your job, you get recognition, promotions, whatever. And I had always pushed to like do really well. And I was a big believer in like setting goals for that kind of stuff. And then I had kids and decided to be a stay-at-home mom. And all that just kind of disappeared. Like I had no recognition from work. I had no recognition from school. This sounds probably really conceited, but when you have kids and you're a stay-at-home mom, you start to feel like, what is my purpose in life? And you don't have that recognition or that success, you know, because you just live in life day to day. And I just sort of got in a rut and lost motivation for life in general. I just kind of was floating along, and there's a quote Henry David Thoreau that most men lead lives of quiet desperation and take their song to the grave. And that was me. I just felt like I was just kind of floating through life, and what's the point? And I had no real purpose. And but the biggest thing for me, I was always really into fitness and working out. It made me feel better. And with my kids, I felt like I just couldn't do that. I didn't have the money to go to the gym, and I didn't have the time to work out with them at home because they're always crying and whatever, and we're busy. And then I saw Scottie online 2 years ago before he even started Beachbody doing peanut Gibson, because he's friends with my sister. And Gabby and Scottie were losing all this weight, and he was like, I'm going to do that. If they can do it at home, so can I. So I started peanut X 4 weeks in, and I quit it. And then a couple months later, I started running. So I did that for like a month, and then I quit it. And then I tried peanut X again, and then I quit it. And I just decided, you know what, this is where I am now. I just can't do this. I'm a quitter. And I just had that mentality about myself. I'm just a quitter. And then one random day, Brigitte brings me on Facebook, you know, building up her lead list and all that stuff.
She was in my high school year, so.
Yeah, so she added me as a friend, and normally I decline a lot of that because I keep my friends really low, but there was something about it. I was like, sure, yeah, I'll accept her for her request. And started watching what she was doing, and I was like, this girl is me. Like, all of her struggles with depression and finding a purpose for her life and stuff, this girl is me. And she felt like she was a quitter, and I feel like I'm a quitter, but she's not a quitter anymore. And I felt like she was on the other side of where I've been. I hope this makes sense to anybody. I feel like I'm fully rambling, but the biggest thing was Brigitte was me where I wanted to be. She had gone through it and conquered it and was still working on it. And wanted whatever it was she had, you know. So I kind of just started following her and stalking her, because that's what we all do, right? We just stalk those people that inspire us. And one day I decided to actually contact her when we moved here, because I was just ready. Like, I needed a change. My husband got out of the military, he had no job, and we were living in my parents' basement, which was awesome. And we still had a house in Charleston that we were trying to sell. So with no job, we're trying to pay a mortgage. Living with my parents, and they were great, but you know, living in your parents' basement, that's kind of feels like a low, you know? So like the only thing I can control is me. I'm ready to get in shape. Justin's home because he's not working, so he can help with the kids, so I don't have that as an excuse. And I have Brigitte, so I contacted her about her groups, and she let me join. We couldn't afford to take all of you. I probably shouldn't maybe throw this out there, but that's typically a requirement, and we just couldn't afford it. And I told her, like, I really want to, but we just can't. My husband can have a job, we have a mortgage, we have bills, and all this. And she let me join it anyway. She took a chance on me, and it was the biggest. My children are a big blessing, but that was like the biggest blessing of my life, because I want, and so is my husband. But besides the cliche big stuff, like that was the moment that changed my life, because there's this girl who believes in me, and I don't believe in myself. She took a chance on me and let me join her group, and it was amazing support. And Leah was in that group. It was the most amazing group ever. All the girls were like a big family, and I made it through 90 days of Les Mills Pump. If you haven't tried Les Mills Pump, it's awesome. Shameless plug, love it. You guys should totally do it. But 90 days, that was the most I have worked out since I was in school. And I lost almost 20 pounds, and I felt great about myself. So that kind of was the start of my I can do hard things. I'm not a quitter. And so I decided to join and pay forward whatever it was Brigitte was doing. I didn't know what I was getting myself into at the time, but it turned out to be a great thing. And I don't know. I had all this stuff to say, and I haven't said any of it, but the biggest lesson for me in this is I am a very hot or a very cold person. And either it has to be all right or it's all wrong. Or success happens in that big leap for me. Like if I wasn't successful overnight, then I was just going to be a failure. And the biggest lessons for me is I can do hard things. We all can do hard things. Success really is in those small, everyday steps. And the biggest thing is to celebrate each of those small victories. That's something I never ever did. Those little victories will keep you going and show you that you are succeeding. Failure is not a bad thing. That's another lesson that I've learned. But I don't even know if this is what I'm supposed to share. But I'm still here. I probably want to quit the business every third week of the month. And so then I have to call Brigitte, and she used to be really nice at the beginning, and now she's like, stop it. You're not quitting. You can do this, and you're going to, you know? And, she just tells me like it is, which I can hear, so it's great. I don't know what our goals are with Beachbody, other than I promised myself in a year I'd still be here. And we will be, so anyways, that's not anything I was going to say, but there you have it. That's my story.
I'm Brianne, and this is Les. Wow, I'm going to pull a Scottie. I didn't plan anything, and here we go. Sorry, I'm like, people who know me closely, I'm like, hey, let's be friends, oh, let's go. know, that this is like terrifying right now. I'm like, oh, I'm really paying attention to me, and so I'm a little freaked out right now. But we'll be good. Let's see, where to begin? Les and I have been together for 13 years, so I was in high school still when we met. Unfortunately, I hear a lot of these stories that are really awesome. People are like, oh, I was an athlete, and I was so active and stuff, and I just was never that person. I did things with people because they're like, man, you should totally join cross country with us. And I'm like, okay, great. Wait, I hate running. And I'm like, people will be like, let's go. And I'm like, no, I'm not this person. And so I was not a workout person. I was not a competitive person. I was not into sports. I just like being me and hanging out and having a good time. And so that wasn't our lifestyle. Les we used to joke about because he's like, well, I played soccer in 4th grade.
That's probably the extent of my activity.
Yeah, so we just weren't that kind of people. Les has always struggled with weight issues. Over the last 10 years that we've been married, I think that was always a constant thing we'd come back to. I'd be like, babe, you gotta lose some weight. I could tell like they're gaining some weight, and you just get really mad at me.
I think we joined the gym maybe 3 times.
Yeah, like 3
worked out for a
times.
month, and then kind of gave up.
Or do something with somebody, they'd be like, come try this. And they're like, okay, hey. And a day later, like, that hurt. I don't want to do that more. So life just got crazy. We had kids. We've got 3 now. And we kind of just got to this point where I've always been a small person, so, I always got the crap about, oh, you're too skinny, and you're too this, and you don't have to do anything, and whatnot. And I may have been thin. In fact, I'm not quite where at my weight I was about 5-10 pounds weight, but I had always been thin. I didn't have to do anything to really do much with it. I was just good metabolism, I guess. I don't know. But after that 3rd kid, for some reason, he totally threw me under cheese. And I couldn't seem to get rid of that baby weight that went away really quick with our other 2. And I'm just like, well, this sucks, and getting older and things are slowing down, I guess. But actually our habits were getting worse and worse. And I was like, ooh, donuts. So.
And it's 100% true when you have kids, the men get baby.
Oh yeah, every time he was
every
gaining
time we had a
baby weight
kid,
with me, and
gain 15 pounds per kid, you
Yeah.
get bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
For me anyway.
yeah, and that was, he's like, babe, it's just baby weight. That's
I'll get rid of
it.
it later.
I'm like, okay, and for me it had always been semi-easy. I'm like, well, I don't have to do anything. But this time it wasn't working, and he was getting heavier, and I'm like, something's got to change. We've got to get healthier, and he kind of wasn't on board. He was grumpy. So I'm like, well, okay, I'm not happy with myself because I personally had weighed more than I ever had, and so being in that stage where I'm like, well, what do I do now? I've never, it's like, I don't have anything against people that are a little chunky or whatever, but that, I felt uncomfortable. I felt uncomfortable for me, and I didn't feel comfortable in my clothing. I didn't feel comfortable around my friends. I didn't feel good about myself, and so it was, I guess I started to understand him a little bit better, because, here I am always this wife that I could do whatever I wanted, and I'm like, oh, maybe you just gotta eat less, or you gotta eat better food, you'll be fine. And so I guess I started to understand him better when he's like, it's not that easy. So we started kind of getting serious, and in November of this last year.
So I guess our wife started before we even
Yeah.
knew about Beachbody.
Yeah, so it started a little bit, and we'll back in our information, but in November of this last year, Les turned 31. And for him, it was really hard.
It was,
Yeah.
it wasn't something worth celebrating for me. I didn't know really why in the beginning. I was really depressed turning 31. It took me about a week to 2 weeks to figure it out.
Yeah. And after me begging him, I'm like, what is wrong? And
But
And we kind of made that connection finally, because it was in there. But
with my son being 11 months old, my youngest, my daughter being 8, my other son being 5, that was the same age. I was the baby, so I was 11 months old. My oldest brother was 8, and my sister was 5. When my dad had a massive heart attack at 31. He was fit, he was in shape, he was a construction worker. He just woke up one morning not feeling good. My mom knew it. My mom actually made a dinner for him that night that he loved, that always made him feel better. He came home from work and realized he forgot something at work, so he went back to work, which is a quarter mile away from our house. The moment he walked in the door, he just passed out. He died at work at the age of 31. So that is probably what impacted me the most to change my life. Knowing that my wife can go through the exact same thing that my mother did. My mother stayed at home, took care of the kids. She had to find a job and raise the 4 of us by herself. Luckily, she had a little bit of life insurance, but it's not worth it.
Yeah, and we've been together for so long, so I know my mother-in-law really well, and she's never got remarried. That was the love of her life, and she didn't want to be with anybody else. And I know the struggles that she did, and she tried her very best to raise these kids on her own. And I thought, wow, here's this lady that one day everything was great, and then her husband said, I'll be right back, and he can come home. And all of the time we were married, I'm like, honey, you gotta take care of yourself, because heart issues are like rampant on his side of the family, on both sides, his mom and his dad. You really gotta take care of yourself. And me personally, I struggled with depression and anxiety and lots of other issues prior to, this life. I didn't have a very happy childhood either, but so I knew, I was like, wow, I cannot do that. I cannot pick myself up, find a job, because I'm a full-time student right now, and take care of my kids. I am too scared that I would waste away and not be a person anymore, because he's all I've ever had for the last 13 years. He was the person that helped me drag myself out of my bad situation. He's been there for all my crazy episodes and depression and anxiety and all this great stuff. And I was really scared that I'm like, my mother-in-law is amazing. How can people do that? Because I think I would crash. And so we got really serious, and we started talking about it.
I decided to just get off my butt. It was probably last week of December. I geared up. I don't know if you remember this last winter, it was negative 13 all the way through December or January. I geared up and I just went out walking. I just took the dog, we went out, we came back freezing or sweating.
Dog's that too. So she's like, what the hell are we doing?
But it turned into just walking a block to walking to, the dog lost weight too. It got to the point where walking and then jogging and then running wasn't good enough. And then Brandon mentioned her friend Christine was selling some stuff. I hate to say it, I was trying to go down the burn route, getting burned copies from a buddy, but the support, the family wasn't there doing that. So we were thankful we went through the growers and got aboard on that.
Les has lost
48 pounds this year.
It's really exciting, and it's been life-changing for sure. And we're all healthier and happier older, and like I said before, I wasn't a very active person, and that's one thing I just kind of want to run across that too, is that I may have been small, but I cannot make it up a freaking flight of stairs. Like, if you asked me to run up that flight of stairs like 6 months ago, I probably would have passed out. I was like, so, and I couldn't keep up with her and kids, and I was like, hell, we have another one? What? This thing's gonna start moving. So it's, go after your skinny friends too, because really we're not kidding. And so, but it's been great. It's been awesome seeing our kids working out, we did Insanity first, so they're doing Insanity with us, and it's awesome to see the support from our kids. And our oldest is almost 9, and we were doing yard work and stuff like that. She's like, Dad, find the power of Shanti and do it.
I had to train that with a little saw, and it's just beating the crap out of me.
So it's pretty much good. We're doing muscle pump, and so Les is still losing weight like every week. I'm just trying to find some muscle. So I think that's it. Is that our story?
My name is Megan Guthrie. I too didn't plan my double. There's my to-do list, but not today. It's like over the next 2 months to do. So I just wrote down a few little notes of what I wanted to say. First of all, I want to say thank you to Marcy for nominating me to be up here speaking. Oh, thanks, Marcy. All because of a video that I will tell you about later. So, Scott and I, we've been married for almost 13 years. We have a 12-year-old, an 8-year-old, and a 3-year-old. So we've got our hands full. Back in November of 2013, well, even before that, the summer before that, Scottie was like, yeah, come do this fit club thing with us. He handed me a flyer, and I was like, wow, that looks like a lot of fun. And then I was like, there's going to be people that I don't know there, so I don't know. So we just never went. And then November 2011, he invited us to be in his first challenge group. So we were one of his first challengers in his challenge group. Scott told me, oh, it's going to be $205. And I fell on the floor. I'm like, what? No way. And so I was like, is there any way to get it any cheaper? You know what I mean? Because coupons, you know what I mean? So you use coupons for everything. So we found out that we could sign up as a coach and get it at a discount. $130 minus the 15, so I'm still saving $15 a month. Okay, so pretty good deal. So that's what we did. Signed Scott up as a coach, started getting it at a discount. The first month with our Shakeology, we split one bag. And the second month, we went through 4 bags. Yeah, we were a little bit addicted. Yeah, crazy. So we went through our full 90 days challenge, and I, after having 3 kids, I was like, I don't feel like I look too bad. Step on the scale, it's obviously more than what it was when I graduated in high school. And I was like, it can't be too bad. And we get done with the 90 days, and I put the before picture next to the after picture, and I was like, wow, thanks, babe. Why didn't you tell me I was so bad? You know what I mean? And so that's when I was like, okay, it works, obviously, I'll become a coach as well. And then the next, I don't know, we went to Summit that first year, and I was excited, but then when they start doing all the recognition of all these people that are 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, whatever star, I'm like, oh man, I could never do that. You know what I mean? I just had this complete self-doubt that I can't do do that. I wanted to be motivated, but like inside I just felt empty, you know what I mean? Like that's not for me, I can't do it. So coming back from Summit that year, I tried doing stuff, tried inviting people, you know what I mean? Had a little success here, but then I was only working the business whenever I felt like it, you know, so what you put in is what you get in return. And then, but in that time we did Asylum, I did Brazil butt lift, I did combat, I love, by the way. What else? And then just like 9 weeks ago is when we started the Ultimate Reset, and loved the Ultimate Reset. It's 100%. Scott didn't care for it much. He doesn't like to eat anything green. But he did. I mean, he ate everything that I made except for he wouldn't eat avocados and he wouldn't eat bananas. But he ate everything else. I was so impressed. And so from the beginning of our 90-day challenge till now, I've lost 22 pounds. But I've been told I need to put on a little bit more. Next step is 225, which I wrote down yesterday. So starting that and probably do a couple of body beast workouts added in here and there. See if I can add some more muscle to my body. So this last weekend at Summit, something really just like, well, the biggest thing I guess that struck me this year versus last year is when they started announcing the 1-star diamonds and the 2-star diamonds. You know, the 1-star diamonds, they were like walking out like right where we were sitting. We're all clapping, yeah. And like 30 seconds goes by, a minute goes by. I'm like, holy crap, how many people are in there? And they all just keep walking by, and you've got old people, young people, skinny people, people that are probably working on their bit. You know what I mean? All different types of people, and that's when it hit me. Man, if all those people can do it, there's no reason why. So that just like struck the self-belief in myself. And John C. Maxwell helped as well, a lot. So at Summit is actually when I discovered my why. You know, and all this time I've been told, you need to discover your why. You need to know what your goals are. Well, I didn't really have it like I tell myself, but I didn't really feel it. You know what I mean? Until this last Summit. So after we got back home, I was super pumped, excited about everything. You know. Instead of having a dream board, I made a dream desk, which has a piece of glass with all my dream board stuff underneath it, right? And I also decided I wanted, since I actually had the self-belief in myself now, I wanted to make a list of like positive affirmations, right? You know, everybody writes them on sticky notes and puts it all over. Well, I wrote it down as a list, and I decided, I can one up that, you know, and I'll make a video, right? So I make this video, and I made it to myself to watch every morning, and I cry every time I watch it. Made Marcy cry at Fit Club, gave Scottie goosebumps at Fit Club, and so that's why I'm up here, it's because of that video. Do you want me to tell you what I say on the video? Okay, hopefully I can make it. I say to myself, you know, good morning, Megan, time to get up. And then I tell myself, I am beautiful, I am proof the products work. Why would anyone not want to take advice from me and order from me? Let me be the one to guide you to your goals. I am the next Lindsay Matway. Big compliment. I can and will achieve my goals. I only need to stick to my schedule and do the 3 vital behaviors consistently. Keyword, consistently, not just here and there every once in a while. I will not be at the same place as I am at next summit. I refuse to be. The reason I say that is I was an emerald my first summit, I was an emerald my second summit, right? So I don't want to be in the same place next year as I am now. If all those 1-star diamonds can do it, I most certainly can too. I will work as long as I need to achieve my goals. Something in me has shifted. I feel the fire deep down in my core. Now I am ready to achieve my goals. And then I tell myself, get to work, Megan. You can and will be the one to help others change their lives. Just to close with, on Instagram, I found this quote that just completely summed up like all of that, as far as having self-doubt and not believing in myself. It's just, doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. Hit the nail right on the head.
It's like mean to make us come up here after the meeting.
I know.
Made us all cry.
You know, I love like sharing those stories and hearing you guys talking. Holy cow! Like, just hearing you speak that, like, I want you to like that's what I do every single day. Like from the get-go, I mean, my background, I've had years of faulty philosophies that I've ingrained, and I've had to do that. I love like Shalene Johnson does this Car Smart. She talks about like you have to be your own cheerleader and your own coach. And if this coach goes to a football team, it's like, yeah, this other team's really good, and you know what? Just try, but probably not going to succeed. You're probably not going to win. So just do what you can, and I don't know, probably not good enough though. Like, I mean, you would look at that football coach and be, you're fired. You're the worst football coach ever. But your mind is your football coach, like for yourself. What you have to do, and I just like hearing Jennifer speak and share. We share these stories so you guys can realize that these are real people who are succeeding. Like Jennifer does not give herself enough credit. Like she's almost going to be a diamond coach. She's like has all of her coaches. I know that the Duckies are getting really good too. And like just hearing Ashley and Junior with me go. Like it's just amazing. These new coaches. These are real people succeeding because they're doing the 3 vital behaviors, and it's just so sharing the success story. I hope that you guys look at these people and realize you can do it. Just like, you know, she went to the summit and realized I can do it too when you see these star diamonds. I had the same mentality. When I saw Scottie last year, oh my gosh, I went to summit last year. I had only been in business like 8 weeks. Oh, it drove me crazy. Like seeing all these coaches being acknowledged and recognized, I'm like, this will be the last summit I will ever have where I'm not up on stage for recognition, because you know that was my moment. Anyway, we're gonna watch do acknowledgement here because we've got a lot of really awesome people in this room. So, has anybody stand up if you've ever won one of the challenge $500 daily winners? Do we have anyone in this room? Woo! Yes. Included, because I'm not doing this. You're going to go home and you're going to submit your results because we need more people who won. Now, who is a guest? Do we have any guests who are not each body coaches?
Officially a coach, yes.
Please stand. We'll look for your introductions into the groups because you're all signing up today. So, now, do we have anyone who's Coach Mike? Stand up. Applaud you for taking that first big step. Now, do we have any Emerald coaches? like just a race, but it shows that you're putting yourself out there. So, applaud you guys for these. You're inviting people. Do we have any rubies?
These are rare.
Do we have any diamond coaches? Because I've got 2 of my diamonds from out of town in here, so yay, so love it. Okay, do we have, I think, star diamonds? Just me and Scotty. Scotty and I are both star diamonds. Another really cool rank that they have is an elite coach. Now, there was only 97 elite coaches last year, and we have Scottie Hobbs. Very rare thing. I know that the year before there was only like 20 some or something like that. It's a very rare thing, and it really shows that it's not only his success, but he's really leading a team of people and helping them succeed. And I think the majority of the people who are here are succeeding in doing this because we've watched Scottie and followed his example and created that belief, you know. So Scottie's an amazing leader for us, and you know, the fact that we have one of the 97 out of hundreds of thousands, you know, over 100,000 coaches here in Iowa Falls with us. We're very lucky. Scottie is also actually ranked number 8 right now. This year we'll let Lindsay Matway be top coach, and next year Scottie will take it. So that's not much for that. Okay, we have a video, and we'll go ahead and start that. We're going to do, there's the summit recap, there's some of the announcements, stories, we're going to talk about the Challenge Cup, and do a little training, time management, stuff like that.
The United States is fighting an opponent without a face, without a voice. Its name? Obesity. Our country's growing waistlines present one of the most dire challenges we've ever faced. And to compound matters, the crisis is spreading at an alarming rate. But one group of people has already put the gloves on and is training hard to knock out this deadly enemy once and for all. Team Beachbody. Founded on the core purpose of helping people achieve their goals and enjoy healthier, more fulfilling lives, Team Beachbody, over 100,000 coaches strong, is beating obesity into the ground by being the one company with a comprehensive approach to fitness, a daily dose of dense nutrition, peer support, and rewards. By working together, the trend of obesity doesn't stand a chance.
That's a cat.
I think we nailed it that time. Oh, no, I felt kind of sloppy. Let's do it one more time.
Carl hitting Michael, take 27.
That's a little hard this time. Again? Oh.
Carl, it doesn't get any better than this. The Vegas skyline behind us, showgirls to our left and right.
Yep, it's awesome, man. But where's Jeff and Brett?
Oh, they wouldn't wear the costume, so I had to find 2 other people.
I see. That makes a lot of sense. But
ooh, you all right?
Excuse me. I'm sorry. I never told you this, but I'm allergic to ostrich.
No, the costumes.
Michael, I'm just sorry. It's one of those.
You can't. Oh!
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
All right, girls, I'm sorry, but I'm afraid you're gonna have to go. But thank you.
It's pretty potent.
You guys did great.
Okay, there you go.
Make sure to hang up the costumes in my wardrobe bag. Thank you. Well, welcome to Super Saturday. It's our June Super Saturday. I'm Michael Niemand along with Carl Deichler. Gotta say, I am very relieved that you finally put those boxing gloves away.
Well, I have them nearby if you want to go a few more rounds with me.
You know, that's okay. I'm still recovering.
All right.
Speaking of which, as you can see, we are in the boxing capital of the world, Las Vegas. Once again, the site of the Team Beachbody Summit. Ask anyone who was here with us, Summit did not disappoint.
No, it was spectacular. It is absolutely true when they say that Summit is one of those can't-miss coach experiences. If you weren't here, I hate to say it, this year, you definitely missed something big.
You are absolutely right. And while it's not the same as being here, we'll do our best to fill everyone in on some of the huge announcements, the training, the stories. You know, the theme of this year's Summit was Dream Big. So let me ask you, Carl, what is your big dream?
Well, I have a big dream to build a team of over 1 million people who refuse to quit, helping to make the world a healthier place.
Well, based on what we've seen from our coaches so far this year and the energy and commitment we saw from them at Summit, I would say that we are well on our way to making that dream come true.
It's absolutely true, we are, but we still have a long way to go. Don't get me wrong. We're making great progress. I mean, just a few months ago at our Success Club celebration, we had around 100,000 people a month on Shakeology HD. A couple of months later, that has grown to over 140,000. Every time that Shakeology HD number goes up, there's another person that is getting healthier with what I proudly like to call a daily dose of dense nutrition.
And now, with the arrival of Shakeology Vanilla, there is definitely a flavor for everyone.
Vanilla Shakeology is the bomb. I've got to hand it to Isabel, Darren, the whole R&D team. We didn't know if it was gonna be possible ever to get a vanilla formula that lived up to what Shakeology is about, but they made it happen, and it is sure to become a real favorite.
Well, we're gonna talk more about Shakeology Vanilla and all the buzz around the newest fitness program, Focus T25, in just a few minutes. But before I do, Carl, give me your take on this year's Summit.
Well, it's hard to describe. I mean, at Summit, you realize more than ever the positive impact we're having at Team Beachbody. I mean, I loved hearing all of the coaches, their big dreams. I especially loved hearing about how many of those dreams have actually already come true for people.
Yeah, we saw a few coaches who paid off and shredded their home mortgages.
That's right. We had our first ever Financial Freedom Awards. We celebrated coaches who paid off their debts, but you know, for some, dreams aren't about money. Some have dreams of getting healthier for themselves and their families, and it was so inspiring to see our 8 Beachbody finalists on stage.
Our 2 big Beachbody Challenge winners, each of them took home $100,000.
They went home with more than $100,000 when you add it all up. I mean, they went home different people than they were a year ago, that's for sure. They didn't just lose weight. They gained health and confidence, and now attack life in a whole new way. That is the gift that our coaches give to people.
You know, that's a great way to think about it. And you know, with the Team Beachbody Cup going on in July, there is no better time to keep sharing those kinds of gifts.
Absolutely. I can't think of a better time to hold the Team Beachbody Cup. I know it's summer, and it can be hard to stay focused, but now is the time to work twice as hard. You made a choice to become a coach. You had a reason. You had a big dream to be fulfilled. Well, you won't reach that dream if you don't put in the work. Participating in the Team Beachbody Cup will keep you accountable and drive your business forward. Every coach should be on a team, no excuses. You have to make sure that you are on a team and every coach in your downline is on a team. All right, when's the last day to register?
Well, it's actually tomorrow, June 30th. That's the last day to register. And we have great prizes this time around, with the grand prize being a trip to Santa Monica to visit our headquarters, along with a private workout with one of our trainers. So make sure your team is signed up by tomorrow. And hey, if you can't find a team, we've got a great website to match you up with 4 other coaches. Well, Carl, thanks for helping me kick off this Super Saturday. I think we'll be hearing a little more from you later on.
I hope so. Thanks, Michael. And I know you have some big announcements, and Jeff is going to be covering some training, so I'll get out of the way. And, you know, why don't you meet me in the gym in 30 minutes? If we're going to beat obesity, we got to keep working at it.
All right, I can't wait.
All right, my man.
Not gonna happen. Well, the big news at Summit was the arrival of the newest member of the Shakeology family, Vanilla. And the way the coaches were talking about it at Summit, Shakeology Vanilla may just become the most popular flavor yet. Let's take a look.
We are really excited to find a new vanilla source that could be the breakthrough that we've been looking for. Pure, ethically farmed, organically grown, but also with a uniquely intense vanilla flavor that could work for our formula. That said, standards for Shakeology are extremely high, so I'm always a little bit skeptical.
Not every plant is created equal. It's about the soil it grows in, the purity of the air and water that feed the plant, and it's also about the methods of processing so the nutrition is not stripped away by the time it gets to the end user. That's what became so exciting about this vanilla source. It's the first one we found that lives up to the standards set by the entire Shakeology formula, and we had to go all the way to Madagascar to find it. These indigenous Malagasy farmers meticulously hand-pollinate delicate vanilla orchids, hand-harvest the beans, and then sun-cure them to bring out the robust flavor, all while following advanced traceability methods which ensure purity, consistency, and quality. These farmers also have been trained in sustainable vanilla cultivation practices to protect the environment and prevent deforestation. These are my kind of people. And by sourcing this particular vanilla bean, we're aiding the local Madagascar economy, supporting the livelihood of these Malagasy farmers, and helping to fund schools to educate their children. After a full year of tasting, testing, and reformulating, a true team effort, we are now proud to announce the incredible tasting Vanilla Shakeology.
Well, Darren, I'm very excited. I have my new Shakeology vanilla suit. It doesn't get better than this. So congratulations as
Thank
the
you.
co-creator. I know it's been a ton of work to get vanilla off the boards, right?
Many years, Michael, many years.
You know, so let me ask you, in the video that we just saw, you talked about how not all vanilla plants are the same. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, yeah, that's a good one. And I've traveled around the world. I've been in Tahiti and other places where it grows vanilla. But the interesting thing about this, about Madagascar, is that particular place on the planet has the air, the quality soil, the water, all of these things coming together. And then on top of it, how they do it. They've been doing it. The indigenous people have been doing it there for hundreds of years. They have the process down and the climate, and it creates a perfect storm for us.
Really exciting. Another thing that you talked about in the video is about sustainable farming and what it does for the community there. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Absolutely. Obviously, everyone knows that that's a dear part of why I do things, and it's got to help other people. And the people there, because it's sustainable, and what does that mean? It means that it's sustainable for them, for the planet, and all of those things. And we actually buy higher priced vanilla just so that we can support that economy.
Well, yeah, it's important to us. We're doing good for people's insides. We want to do good all around. Well, Darren, I want to thank you. Everybody is excited about Shakeology Vanilla. I think it's going to probably be the #1 flavor. What do you think?
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
And without a doubt, one of the highlights from Summit was the opportunity to hear from the co-creator of Shakeology, Isabel Deichler. Isabel gave compelling reasons why everyone needs to drink Shakeology every day.
There's all the things that you do not know how hard your body works to just function, to just talk, to sit, to breathe, to process everything you ingest, and even just sitting and looking at people and talking. There's so much work done by your central nervous system, your organs, your liver, your kidney, your gallbladder. It requires it just to function. And we take for granted that we get it and we don't. It's not just about having energy and having enough stuff in you to pump the iron. It's about just to live with clarity. Clarity in your mind, clarity in your heart. To live that way, you need nutrients. And that's actually almost more important than everything else.
And it does give you energy, too.
It gives me energy too.
One last note on Shakeology Vanilla. If you want to modify your Shakeology HD profile to include vanilla, make sure you use the Modify My Shakeology Home Direct form, which can be found in the My Forms and Documents section of the coach's office. Oh, and one really last note. I would encourage every coach to buy 1 extra box of vanilla packets to use as samples. We often hear that customers are more likely to buy if they can sample the flavor first. Now, you can choose whether whether to charge for the sample or not. But remember, just getting 3 sales from a pack of 24 will pay for the whole pack. And adding 3 new Shakeology HD customers every month can really grow your business. All right, well, Shakeology Vanilla was the big news, but the thing that got the crowd moving was the launch of Shaun T's newest workout program, Focus T25.
It's about time. The number one reason people have for not working out is they don't have time.
I have 4 kids, work 60, 70 hours a week.
Just work, just life. I don't want to work out for no hour. Are you kidding me? I don't have the time.
Come on, guys, I need 25 minutes of hard work, and your focus begins now.
The beauty of T25 is that it is only 25 minutes.
You're gonna go in, you're gonna go hard, and then you're gonna be done.
It is actually brilliant.
When I see the before pictures, I can't even believe it's me.
25 minutes a day is all I need. The days of working out for an hour are done.
If you give me 25 minutes, I'll give you a life.
I've lost 37 pounds.
I think I got the 6-pack I was looking for.
I'm giving you one thing to concentrate on, and that one thing, if you stay there, you will see the result. I'm trying to motivate you to work out 25 minutes a day. Come on, we're almost there. Oh, shiznizzy, here we go. You're in it, you're there. Yeah, you have to focus. I promise you can do it. Do you know that if you do this every single day, the result you can get and the time you can save?
That's what T25 did for me.
I lost 16 pounds.
I've lost 41 pounds. 25 minutes a day.
T25 is the smartest workout ever put on DVD. We want you to get the best results possible. Keep nailing it. Focus. 25 minutes, 0 rest. You can rest when you go to bed. It's about time.
That's right, 25 minutes of Shaun T 5 days a week, and you could look like me. All right, well, maybe just a little better than me. I'm telling you, this is going to be a blockbuster. And to kick things off, we have a special on our T25 Challenge Pack. Through July 31st, the T25 Challenge Pack is priced at $180 instead of its regular price of $205. Make sure you check out all of the e-cards and other sales tools in the coach office. With Shakeology Vanilla and T25, you should have no trouble earning Success Club points in July. And for the 5 coaches who earn the most Team Beachbody Cup points, you will have your name immortalized on the cup. Just like Girls on Fire and Fit and Fabulous. Whose team will be the next winner? Maybe yours. I hope so. And to give you some tips on how to get there, let me turn it over to Jeff Hill.
Well, it's cup time again. The months that we have had our Team Beachbody Cup have been some of the most productive months in Team Beachbody's history. Because of the built-in accountability and maybe even a little incentive to win great prizes, coaches that participate in the cup seem to thrive. From the newest of coaches to seasoned veterans. Did you know that during our last cup, we set a record for the number of coaches qualifying for Success Club, and 70% of those were on a cup team. Now, we keep saying it, but every single coach should be on a team. So make sure you're signed up before tomorrow and then go for it. You'll see the success that will follow. If you don't believe me, let me bring in someone who has learned how to get the most out of participating on a cup team. It's my pleasure to have 7-star Diamond coach Heather Foltz join me.
Hi.
Hey Heather,
Hi.
Welcome to Super Saturday.
Thank you.
Now listen, you are absolutely qualified to be talking about Team Cup. Out of 1,500 teams, your team, Team Boss, came in number 3.
Yes.
Some pretty cool results,
Yes,
so congratulations.
very excited.
Now,
Thank you.
before we jump into the how and the what to do, first let's talk about why would someone want to be on a team?
Sure, well, why not? Leadership growth, business growth, incomes tripling, rank advancements, the lives that we changed is just amazing. So why not? Why would you not want to?
give it a go.
Now, that's a lot of things happening in a
Yes.
4-week period,
Yes.
right? Now, and if I'm not mistaken, you actually had one coach who really kind of made things happen.
Yes, Coach Natalie, she was amazing in this Cup Challenge. She kind of came in, wasn't sure what she was going to be doing. She never really set that goal for hitting that many Success Club points, but she came in, gave it her all, hit 30 Success Club points. Actually, I think more than that. Hit diamond rank. She has built an amazing team of coaches herself that are all growing, and her income tripled, and she hasn't stopped. And now she's going to be a captain.
Now going to be a captain, so look out, Heather, right?
No, well,
Yeah, maybe throwing down the gauntlet
yeah,
there. I
number
like
one
it.
and number two.
All right, well that's good. In fact, I think you've got 5 team captains coming into this next team
Yeah,
cup.
every person that was on Team Boss is now a captain.
Well, good stuff. Well, listen, you've enjoyed a lot of success from that. You shared some of the results. I know it's impacted you personally. If I'm not mistaken, you started out as a 2-star when they
Yep.
started, and now
7 stars.
7 stars. So not bad, right?
No.
Okay. So coaches, if you want those kind of results, you should be listening right now. So let's get into the how. Let's get into what coaches should be focusing on in participating in this Team Cup. So I'm going to turn it over to you and give some of your insights.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Well, first off, you need to be active in your groups. Have a Facebook group. Facebook groups create a sense of identity. In your group, make sure you're posting your personal development, favorite personal development quotes, motivational videos, songs that pump you up, just to kind of keep the group going. It's awesome to do that. Your captain should host a before cup call at least 1 week prior, just to keep the momentum going, and then keep the calls going. Doesn't matter if you're a captain or not, but everybody in the cup should be a team player. Voice your strategies, encourage creative thinking within your team so everybody has awesome ideas. So let's hear them,
So let me stop you for a minute. When you say keep everybody a team member, how did you do that? Because at times people get disengaged, right?
Yes,
How
yes.
did you keep them together?
Well, I would tag people and post on my Facebook group, maybe ask a question and say, hey, let's hear what your goals are for today. What is it that you're gonna do? Hey, we haven't heard from you in a while. What's a song that kind of pumps you up to keep things going, and it just kind of re-engages everybody together?
Okay, so key piece, keep everybody in the game.
Exactly.
Keep their heads in the game.
Exactly. And connection is really important. So before the cup, I think it's great that everybody shares their why. Why did you decide to join in on this challenge? Share your goals. What is it that you want to get out of it? And also part of it is make sure that everybody knows that there are no hard feelings on any points. Everybody is pulling their own weight. Everybody is in tune as one team. There's no I in team. Remember that, it's huge.
Okay, so let me ask this, because from time to time you might get a slacker on the team, okay? How do you deal with that and keeping people accountable?
I think it's just kind of maybe pulling that coach to the side, maybe getting on a phone call, ask them where they're at with things, how are they feeling, because it is gonna happen. But that's part of what being a team is being that motivation. Again, go back, post something. You can go onto YouTube and find a 10-minute Danny Johnson or Darren Hardy video of motivation and tag that person and just say, you're part of this team. We want you here for a reason. You want to grow your business? This is what you need to do. You need to be back.
I have to think if you also went and got their why at the beginning,
Exactly.
if you remind them of really what they want out of this, that's going to help push them through those tough spots.
Yep, the why is so important because you get to know your team members, and that's really important because you're going to be on this journey with them for 4 weeks. And going back to their why 2 weeks in is really important too because people are remembering, yeah, why did I decide to do this? What did I want out of it?
Yeah,
So,
great
definitely.
pointer. Great pointer. Other thoughts?
Yes, captain support, whether you're gonna be a captain or not, but this is kind of geared more towards captains, make sure you guys are using the new captain's guide that's coming out for reference on how to run your groups. It is awesome. There is a captain's Facebook page. Make sure you are in there. Everybody, National Wake Up Call is Monday. It's a must, must. And do not be afraid that because you are a captain that you can't ask questions yourself within your team or on, the captain's page or to any other coach. So ask. And also be positive. Be positive and thank and congratulate your teams. Do not let any negativity come into your cup group. If you find somebody that maybe is being a little negative or has anything that's going on that you're not really happy with, private message them to the side, get on a phone call, go back over their why again, and really focus on, why are we here? Congratulate all the time on the success that they're doing, how far that they're coming along in their business. Maybe if they've only earned 1 point, who cares? That's awesome. So make sure that, you know, positive thoughts all the way.
You know, if you've done a good job of recognizing them, sometimes we underestimate the power of recognition just on the small things. And by giving recognition when they do great things, that also tends to give you permission when they're struggling a little bit, because you've got a trust account built up with them to say, hey, come on, we need a little bit more. You can do better, then you can do better than you're doing right now. So Heather, great job. But here's the deal. We've got thousands and thousands of coaches out there hanging on your every word, and they want one final push to make sure that they're on a team. So with that opportunity, what would you say to all these coaches?
I would say commit. Commit today to getting onto a cup. If you want to see exponential growth in your business, your income triple like mine did and my teammates, commit today, guys. What do you have to lose? You know, you're going to have tons of fun, build relationships with your fellow coaches, and hopefully build an amazing business. So commit today.
All right. Well, Heather, a great close, by the way. Thank you so much. And we're going to be watching for your team in this next Team Cup.
Thank you.
Thanks for the pointers again. Now, for all of our Cup team captains, make sure that you check out the new Team Captains Guide that can be found on the official Team Beachbody Cup page. This guide gives you an overview on what to do as a team captain, along with some great tips on how to keep your team engaged and competing hard. And hey, one announcement from Summit that Michael didn't mention was the August edition of Success from Home magazine, featuring none other than Team Beachbody. This magazine is sold to the public at newsstands across the country, and is a great way to expose people to Team Beachbody. So let me turn it over to Denise Needham, our Senior Director of Training and Field Development, who can give you a few tips on how to use the Success from Home magazine.
I have some great tips for you on how to use Success from Home magazine to build your business. This magazine is a great tool that has multiple uses, from sharing with your prospects and new coaches to family and friends. The magazine has an overview of Beachbody products and programs, including a feature on Shakeology with Darren O'Lean, information on the Beachbody Challenge with Carl Deichler, success stories from our top Team Beachbody coaches, and an overview of our rewards and incentive programs, and articles from industry advisors such as John Maxwell, Shalene Johnson, and Tony Horton. With so much rich information, it will be so valuable to share this magazine every chance you get. It's a perfect tool to share with all of your new coaches to validate joining Team Beachbody was the right decision and to fuel their excitement about getting started. Don't forget to have a few copies on hand at all of your events. It will help potential customers and coaches get a real feel for the Beachbody culture, programs, and opportunity. Best of all, Success from Home magazine is a great tool to introduce prospective coaches to the business because it gives them an idea of what to expect and shows the possibilities of achieving real financial freedom. For training on how to use Success from Home magazine in your business, go to the Coach Training Academy resources section to download the PDF and watch the video. This Success from Home magazine will be sold at select newsstands including Barnes & Noble and Staples for $5.95 while supplies last. But for our coaches, we have a unique savings opportunity for you. The regular retail price is $40 for a 10-pack. That's like $4 a magazine. But wait, because you are hearing this at your Super Saturday event, we have decided to extend the special Summit price until June 30th. So you can get a 10-pack for only $35. Plus, for those who want to really get out there and get these to everyone, everywhere, you can purchase 100 Success from Home magazines for $325 until June 30th, saving you $25. Okay, let's shift gears and talk about Shakeology. I had the wonderful privilege at Summit to be on stage with one of our founding coaches, 4-time elite coach winner and 15-star diamond coach, Tracy Morrow, to deliver a training on what to say when somebody asks you, what is Shakeology? Tracy made it simple. When somebody asks, what is Shakeology? You answer, it's my daily dose of dense nutrition and I love it because, followed by your personal experience drinking Shakeology. Like it helped me lose weight, or it's really helped to increase my energy. or it's totally helped me curb my junk food cravings. Whichever one of these is your real experience. Now here is the most important part. Keep the conversation going by asking them a question. I'm curious. Why do you ask? This gives the person you are talking with a chance to tell you why they might be interested. Then you simply restate their response and say, Shakeology can really help with that. Would you be interested in some more information? Your goal for this first interaction is to get their contact information and follow up. It's also the perfect opportunity to offer a sample of Shakeology. When they say, yes, I'm interested, ask for their contact information, which could be their Facebook page, email, or phone number. Be sure to ask when is the best time to call and follow up within 24 to 48 hours and follow the 5-step invitation guide and how to build relationships guide. If no, simply say, okay, here is a Shakeology welcome guide with my contact information on the back, in case you're ever curious about learning more about Shakeology. And don't hesitate to ask, do you have a Facebook page? And would you mind if I sent you some information on Facebook? You'll be surprised how many people are perfectly comfortable with that. Pretty simple, right? Thanks again, Tracy. And while we're talking about Shakeology, we have completely updated the Shakeology Toolkit in the Coach office. You will find a whole slew of great tools and trainings, including how to share Shakeology. You definitely need to check it out.
Thanks, Denise. And by the way, if you haven't heard, Denise has been certified to train on Franklin Covey's time management program, 5 Choices to Extraordinary Productivity. Working with Franklin Covey, Denise has developed a program with custom materials geared specifically towards Beachbody coaches. And this training program will be coming to these 6 cities before the end of the year. It's a full day and a half training on time management. We invited our elite coaches to participate in our first training in Dallas, and they were absolutely blown away. Here's what 13-star Diamond coach Trina Gray had to say about it.
The Franklin Covey training is going to teach you how to master your day, master your calendar, identify your most important roles in life, and then have your calendar reflect that decision. At the training, we were in a small group of people, an intimate setting, and we spent 2 days diving deep into content. Everything from where do you spend your time, what are time wasters, things like excessive TV, excessive gaming, excessive shopping online. We talked about distractions like the ding of your phone going off and distracting you. Creating a business that you can be proud of requires you to focus. This training carves the path for you. Over the course of the training, we learned that one of the critical components to success is truly just identifying what's important to you. What do you want to work into your day? Before you can make your to-do list and fill up your calendar with appointments, you better know what matters to you. One of the best conversations we had was identifying your 6 roles in life. And truly, by doing less, I'm doing more. In 2 months of leaving the Franklin Covey training, my income went up 31%. I took 4 mini vacations from work, spent extra time with my family, that actually setting aside time to decompress, relax, do something nice with your family will actually fuel your life and fuel your business even more. The Franklin Covey training is going to teach you really fun, cool technology tricks to be more efficient on your laptop and your smartphone. They'll teach you how to calendar your day, how to plan for your week. I highly encourage you to attend. It was game-changing for me, and I know it can be the same for you. Best of luck. Become high performers.
Thanks, Trina. Space at each of these trainings will be limited to 60 people. So if you're interested, you're going to have to act fast. The cost is $229, and it may be one of the best investments you can make in your business. Personal development is one of the vital behaviors for a successful Beachbody coach, and it comes in all forms: books, tapes, seminars. But probably the best form is Summit. I don't think there can be any better investment in personal development than attending Summit. Now, if you weren't able to attend this year, make sure you mark next year's Summit on your calendar right now. Better yet, get registered today. Now, here are a few highlights from this year's Summit.
What happened in Vegas got coaches to dream big. Thousands packed the Grand Garden Arena at the iconic MGM Grand to experience the spectacular 6th annual Team Beachbody Coach Summit.
I love you people!
Over 3 days, Beachbody's top minds, leading coaches, and keynote speaker John Maxwell shared business-building tips, motivational speeches, and in-depth training to help coaches skyrocket their sales and produce off-the-chart success.
You've got to see value in yourself to add value to yourself.
Next came coach recognition when the Millionaire Club took the stage and exclusive financial freedom awards, including the mortgage shredding ceremony, were bestowed upon coaches. All of our new Superstar Diamonds and newly crowned Superstar Diamond 2 coaches, Christine Dwyer and Janelle Summers, were also awarded for their fantastic achievements. And the Team Beachbody Cup winners were handed their silverware. That wasn't the only big news. Pure enthusiasm filled the arena during the official launches of new Beachbody products, Vanilla Shakeology and Focus T25.
All you need is 25 minutes a day and their life will be completely changed forever.
Plus, returning to Summit bigger and better this year was The Core, our amazing interactive mega store. More shopping, more elaborate product demonstrations, and more up-close and personal interaction with your favorite Beachbody trainers, not to mention more Shakeology. The celebrations continued as lavish parties kept the summer nights alive with dining, dancing, and pure entertainment. Exclusive trainer workouts led to one amazing super workout where over 6,000 coaches gathered to sweat with Beachbody's best.
Are you ready? It gets crazier.
The Saturday night celebration was an evening of magic as eye-opening performances and aerial productions completely captivated the audience. That's where the Health Transformation, Leadership, Humanitarian, and CEO Team Beachbody Awards, the elite coaches, and the top coach of the year, Wayne Wyatt, were all recognized for their extraordinary achievements.
Normal people don't dream big. Let everybody else be normal, but I want to help change the world. What about you guys?
Inspirational health and fitness transformation stories from the Beachbody Challenge were brought on stage where grand prize winners walked away with $100,000 each. The unmistakable energy and excitement of Summit can only be truly appreciated when you experience it live. Be sure to join us in 2014 for everything we have in store for you and your business right here at the MGM Grand Las Vegas.
Wow, I was moved so many times at Summit. Hearing our coaches' stories and celebrating their successes was truly heartwarming and inspiring. And speaking of stories, we want to share one more with you. This is Brigitte Linford, 4-star coach from Idaho Falls, Idaho, and this is her story.
My name is Brigitte Linford, and I am from Idaho Falls, Idaho. I would describe myself as a hardworking, married mother of 3. I grew up in a really good home, but I was just sad. Like, I was always just depressed. I was always down, and I remember just at a really young age, like in 6th grade even, I was writing suicide letters during recess. The lowest point for me was when I was in college. I landed myself in a mental hospital because I felt that my life had no value, that my life didn't matter. When I was there, I finally found medication that helped me. It was about a year later that I met my husband. Slowly, with my doctor's help and with counselors and stuff, every year we would lower the dosage and see how I was doing, and everything was good. We decided to have our 3rd baby, and my husband had his own business. All of a sudden, I just stopped bringing in paychecks. He was still working, but no money was coming in. I just remember the pit in my stomach every day of not knowing, if our utilities would be shut off that day. I remember at one point walking around our house and gathering up light bulbs and batteries and cleaning products, anything that was not opened that Walmart would take back for store credits so I could get some food to feed my kids. We were broke. I mean, we went through a Christmas and our budget was $10 a kid, and we went to the dollar store and bought them Band-Aids and fruit snacks. So my kids deserved more than that, you know? You know, eventually we did file bankruptcy. We did lose everything. My husband got a second job just to make ends meet. He'd be gone till 10, 11 o'clock at night. You know, my kids were growing up without their dad, you know, but he was willing to do whatever it took so that we could stay out of debt and not be in that situation and pull ourselves out. Through all of the financial trials that we had been through, I'd been overeating and I gained weight, but I didn't have money for a gym membership, so I would just go walk around the neighborhood. And I tried Shakeology, and in a month I lost like 9 or 10 pounds. I compared this huge pile of vitamins that I was taking at the time to manage my depression, and everything that I was taking was in Shakeology. And I didn't realize that when I ordered it. And I talked to my doctor and with my husband, and we made the choice for me to stop taking all of these supplements. So now I don't take anything. I'm not on antidepressants. I don't take this huge pile of supplements every day. And I feel amazing. You know, I thought if I am struggling with depression and I've found a solution, like how can I not share that with somebody else? It's selfish to keep that to myself. So I signed up as a coach, and 5 months into the business, my husband was able to quit that second job, and like that meant so much to me to have him be able to be home, you know, with our kids and have family dinner again. That was my first goal, and you know, just giving this my all and working really hard, I was able to do that in 5 months. And 6, 7 months into the business, I was making enough 1 week to pay my mortgage, and that was a huge weight off our back. You know, to have something where, I mean, we had lost our home before, so to have that major big bill covered with a second income that I was able to do while I'm at home with the kids, and you know, not having to pay for daycare and whatnot, like, it was huge. I mean, you just share your story, like share who you are, and people will connect with you. I mean, you don't have to be a salesman. You don't have to sell them anything. Just share your story and let them make their own choice. When I was depressed, I felt like my life didn't matter. And when you're a Beachbody coach, like, you know that your life matters because you're helping these people and you're seeing people's lives change, and you know that what you're doing every single day makes a difference.
Stories like Brigitte's are what make Team Beachbody so special. So here's the question: what is your story going to be? I wish all those stories could magically happen, but it just doesn't work that way. It takes work, it takes dedication, and it takes perseverance. That's how businesses grow and how success stories are made. But you can write your own story. So use the Team Beachbody Cup to kickstart the second half of your year. Leverage the launch of Shakeology Vanilla and T25 to get people into your challenge groups. Don't settle for Success Club 5, go for Success Club 10 or even 20. Your story is in your hands, and you can make it happen. Before we go, we want to share just a few words from Carl's closing speech at Summit, and we hope that it inspires you to do the great things we know you're capable of.
What I want to close with is asking you to look at your dream, and in the context of what it means for you, think about what is also behind that meaning. And that means, why did you choose Team Beachbody? So there's something bigger. There's something that connects you with Team Beachbody. And what our mission is that you need to keep in mind, it's not being driven to work. It's being driven to be productive. That's the reward. So how do you do it? We all know about the 3 vital behaviors. What set the elite apart from all the others is these 3 things. All of them. And there's only 3. You gotta invite. Who needs Shakeology? Everybody needs Shakeology. You gotta tell them about Shakeology. You have to tell them why they need it. You gotta tell them about the money back guarantee. This is the simple stuff, but you have to keep it in mind. People are gonna look at you and be like, $120 bag of powder? You say, hey, guess what? I'm gonna let you try it. Buy it, finish it, and if you don't like it, you get your money back. That's an outrageous thing to forget to mention. You've got to mention it. Use that tool. And at the same time, you have to show them that you believe. How do you show them that you believe? You use the products and be the proof that the products work. You got to drink that shake every day. they need the kind of dense, daily dose of nutrition that's in Shakeology. Shakeology is the one that has the protein and amino acids, the digestive enzymes, prebiotics, probiotics, adaptogens, phytonutrients, antioxidants. You have to believe that this product is worth it, that it does what it says it does, because you can feel what it says it does. Otherwise, we would not be offering a money-back guarantee. I'm saying show people you believe in the products by using them. I'm saying focus on being your best. Focus on showing people that you want to improve and that it's okay to not be perfect. And that's where the third vital behavior comes in. You have to work on issues that hold you back. Just look at yourself honestly, like really be honest about it and go, what would help me get further along in this business right now? That's what is so important about personal development. And guess what? It is good business to do that personal development. We're all different. We all can improve. You have to be passionate about all three vital behaviors, especially personal development, because if not you, then who? If you're not going to have the passion to develop yourself, who's going to do it? Where is your passion in this business? You want to affect people in a big way? Show them you care with passion. 68% of the people in this country are obese or overweight. 68%. How bad do you want to end the trend? I love working with you. I'm proud to work with you. And we will not stop till we have succeeded in achieving our big dreams. Are you willing to fight for your big dream? Are you willing to fight for your big dream? Are you willing to fight for your big dream?